Now, for today, I would like us to look at what you're calling what? The aspect of dealing with US visa denial. So, if you are dealing with a US visa denial and considering an appeal, it is very crucial that you understand the entire process. And therefore, we will be going through a list of common frequently asked questions regarding US visa denials and the appeal process in 2025 along with answers. So maybe the first question that somebody would want to know is, why was my visa application denied? There are many reasons a visa may be denied. Common reasons will include ineligibility under section 214B. You didn't demonstrate strong ties to your home country, making it seem like you might overstay your stay in the US. And therefore, because of that ineligibility under section 214B, your visa was denied. Inadequate documentation. Missing or incomplete documents can also make your visa to be denied. So while you prepare for attending a US visa interview, ensure that you have adequate documents. Criminal history or prior immigration violation. A past criminal conviction or immigration violation can lead to a US visa denial. Then apart from that, you are also talking about failure to meet financial requirement. Not showing enough funds or proof of financial stability might also make your visa to be denied, especially if you're coming as a tourist, you're coming to visit. That might make your visa to be denied also. Failure to demonstrate the purpose of travel. So if the officer believes you didn't provide convincing reasons for your travel, they may deny your visa. Can I appeal a US visa denial? In most cases, US visa denials are not directly appealable. However, there are options to challenge the denial. The first one is you reapply. You realize it is not easy for you to appeal and ask as to why your visa was denied. But what do? The best thing would be you reapply your visa. Yeah? So that is the first option, is reapply. Yeah? That is the first option that you have to consider. You think of reapplying. So you can submit a new application with updated or additional information that addresses the issue for the denial. So if you realize that your visa was denied maybe due to lack of enough or adequate documentation, then what do? You simply reapply, but then you add information that addresses the reason as to why your visa was denied. Request reconsideration. In very limited cases, if there is a significant error in processing or if you have new evidence, you may request a reconsideration by the same consulate or embassy. Then waiver application. If the denial is due to specific grounds, like previous immigration violation or criminal history, you may be eligible to apply for a waiver. What is the process for appealing for a visa denial? Since most visa denials are not appealable, the usual process is normally to review the reason as to why your visa was denied, provided by the consular officer, then prepare to address any concerns or submit additional documents. Then apart from that, you also submit a new visa application and attend new visa interview if required to do so. Now, question 4. Can I apply for a visa again if it was denied? That is in the future. That is question 4. We want to see what it is saying. Yes, you can apply for a visa again. When reapplying, you should address any issues that led to your initial denial. If there was a reason as to why your previous visa application was denied, then when you are reapplying, you must address that particular visa. Provide additional or updated documentation if possible. Pay the visa application fee again and schedule a new visa interview if applicable. How long do I have to wait before I can reapply after a visa denial? If your visa denial was denied, then you must know that there is no mandatory waiting period for reapplying after a visa denial. However, you should take time to address the reasons for your initial denial. Reapplying without correcting the issues may lead to another denial. So there is no specific timeline on how long you have to wait until you have to make another reapplication. But then what you're being told is, before you submit another reapplication, ensure that you have corrected the previous reason as to why your visa was denied before you reapply again. Because reapplying again without correcting the previous mistake might as simply well indicate that again you're going to be denied for the second time. So generally, can I challenge the decision in court? Generally, you cannot challenge a visa denial in US courts. However, if your denial was based on an error of law or you believe the denial was unjust, you might seek legal advice to explore options like filing a lawsuit. This is rare and typically involves complex legal argument. What is a 221G visa denial? A 221G visa denial is a temporary refusal issued by the consulate, often because additional documents or information are required. If you receive a 221G notice, the consulate will typically give you instructions on what documents are needed. Once you submit the required documents, your visa application will be reconsidered. So that is what we mean by what? When you hear of a 221G visa denial. What should I do if I receive a 214B denial? 214B denial occurs when you fail to convince the officer that you have strong ties to your home country and do not intend to overstay your visa. To address this, you should provide more compelling evidence of your ties to your home country. For example, employment letter, family such as marriage certificate, property deeds such as land title deed, house deeds. These are some of the things that will show that you have strong ties to your home country. If you are able to show property deeds such as house deed, land title deed, vehicles book, logbook, then consider adjusting your application, such as showing more financial stability, a clear travel itinerary, or strong reasons for returning home after your visit to the US. What is the difference between a visa denial and a visa refusal? The terms denial and refusal are often used interchangeably, but refusal typically refers to a temporary denial where further documentation or processing is required. Denial usually means the visa application has been rejected outright, often due to the applicant's ineligibility. So you've got to understand that the difference between visa denial and visa refusal. The term denial and refusal are often used interchangeably, but a refusal typically refers to a temporary denial where further documentation or processing is required. Denial usually means the visa application has been rejected outright, often due to the applicant's ineligibility. How can I avoid a visa denial? To improve your chances of obtaining a US visa, number one, ensure all required documentations are accurate and complete. So ensure that all the required documents for the visa, you have them. Not just having them, but they are also very accurate. Apart from that, ensure all required documents are accurate and complete. Then apart from that, be honest and transparent during your visa interview. So respond to the questions with a lot of honesty and transparency, because the visa officer has been trained to be able to read your facial expression. So if you are lying, they'll be able to know that this person is not saying the truth. Demonstrate strong ties to your home country, e.g. family, such as having marriage certificate, employment certificate, that is if you are employed, or employment letters, then property deeds such as land title deed, logbook for the car, house deeds if you own houses. Show evidence of sufficient financial resources to support your stay in the US. You must also be able to show that you have enough money that will help you to be able to stay in the United States during your visit. Apart from that, we are saying that be clear about the purpose of your trip and provide necessary supporting documents, e.g. invitation letters, travel itinerary letters. If you're coming for employment, show the job offer letter. So this will help you to be able to avoid what? A visa denial. What if I'm denied the visa for the second time? If you are denied a visa multiple times, you may want to consider consulting with an immigration attorney who can guide you through the process, help you address the reasons for the denials, and improve your chances of approval for future application. Now, if you go for the second time and you're being denied, it is better you go sit down, look for a lawyer, try to ask the lawyer to help you address the reasons for the denials and improve your chances for approval for future application. Can a visa denial impact my chances of obtaining a visa in the future? A visa denial may affect future applications if the reasons for the denial are not addressed. But if you address the reasons as to why your visa was denied, then we are saying that your chances are that you will be approved for the second time or the third time once you have addressed the reasons as to why your visa was denied at first. However, what you're saying is the process of applying for visa can be a very, very frustrating. So it becomes very important for you to remember that they are not always permanent. With the proper documentation and a clear understanding of the reasons for the denial, you can increase your chances of a successful reapplication. So consulting with an immigration lawyer is always a good idea if you are facing repeated denials or complicated cases. So take some time, research, not only researching, but also being able to consult with an immigration lawyer's attorney, so that you are able to know what is it that is making your visa to be denied every now and then. Once you have consulted with them, then we believe that you will be able to have corrected the mistake before you reapply again. So thank you for that. Go through the video. In case you have any questions, ask in the comment section. We'll be willing to share with you our thoughts. We'll be willing to advise where possible. Remember to subscribe, like, share, comment. Thank you so much.